Welcome to the Team Superdad podcast. Your routines, how are they? By the way, no routine is just a bad routine. If you want to optimize every area of your life with some simple hacks, then routines are the place to start. Welcome to the Team Superdad podcast. Roll theme.
Welcome to Team Super Dad. Real dads creating their best lives ever. More time, more money, more fun. You are not alone. You're on Team Super Dad.
Hello, everybody. It is good to have you back here on the Team Superdad podcast. Yes, I'm Johnny Jensen. I am the founder and creator of Team Superdad, and all of our work inside here with the Power Code formula, optimizing the lives of midlife dads, business owning, career focused, motivated men who want to have it all: the work, the family life, and the personal wealth and health and well-being. We can have wealth as well, put that in there. So yes, it's the weekend. We do this on a Saturday morning together. You can join the live. If you're with me on the live, you can comment. It'll be good to see you. And if you're watching on the replay, classic hashtag replay, it will let me know you're all where you are and how you're doing. And our subscribers to the podcast. It is always good to have you tuning in and listening to the podcast. If you go to teamsuperdad.com/get podcast, then if you haven't subscribed, that will take you straight to a page straight to a page where whatever device you're on, you can subscribe to the Team Superdad podcast, and whatever your preferred podcast listening app is. Just search up Team Superdad if you want to go direct to it through your podcast app. So it is definitely spring as I record this. It's coming up the 1st of May in the UK, right? Bonkers that we have got we've got bank holidays everywhere. So Mondays off. 3 out of 4 Mondays are going to be off this month. Apparently in Spain, if I saw this online this week, if there's if a week starts and ends with a public holiday, which is crazy enough, apparently that can happen. So if it starts and ends with a public holiday, then they have this bridging thing where they give you the middle of the week off as well. I don't know how that works, but if you are Spanish and can tell me, then please. I was about to go off into an accent then, but I'm really sure it wasn't that Spanish. But please tell me how that works. What is this bank holiday bridging thing? The Team Superdad community, like I mentioned at the beginning, we are a powerful global community. We have members all around the world. The group, which you can enter at teamsuperdad.com/group. That's our free group. We have trainings, we have socials. We've got coming up on June 17th, a mud run, which if you saw any of my posts this week about that, the Dirty Rotten Scramble is one of the best, and there's not actually that many remaining, but best OCRs, obstacle course races, but also it's a very natural race. It's a mud run. It's a trail, half of it's grass and through the field, and then there's a bit you go down into the as you go down the sort of valley, then you end up swimming through some ponds and running through this creek and then climbing up this muddy bank. And so it's a 10k loop. There's a 5k, which is half the loop, obviously. 5k, 10k, and 30k race. And the coolest thing about it is it's a completely natural course. So everything that you're climbing over, swimming through, running, obviously, it's all a natural course. So it's down here in Kent, near Ashford, near Cranbrook. So get involved. Basically, we've got a discount from Sam, the organizer, awesome guy. Dirty Rotten Scramble on June the 17th. If you're listening to this after June 17th, well, you missed it, but start working out because you can come and join in next year. This will be my 3rd Dirty Rotten Scramble, and I am yet to complete the 30k. Don't let that put you off. The 10k, a breeze and a lot of fun. The 30k, definitely a physical challenge. So, and if any of what we're talking about resonates, then please share it with other dads in your life, people you know who could do with taking back control, living with real power, creating the life they desire, not a life they feel stuck in. Then share this podcast with them and get over to teamsuperdad.com/15 call, and you can book a discovery call where you can find out, where you basically tell me what you're up to, what your goals and challenges are, and I can tell you all about the different work we do, coaching men one-on-one or inside our group programs, the Hero Academy and the Power Code. Anyway, on to today's topic. If you're following, you will know we're in a series where we're going through the Power Code. We are in Do the Work, the W. This week, routines. It's amazing how many people shy away from routines. But our life's full of routines, right? Some are conscious, some are subconscious. If you're looking for a subconscious routine, notice which leg you put into your underwear first. Okay, crazy as that sounds. Or which sock you put on first. This is how I guess it's our brain's preference to find routine. It's how we're pre-programmed. It's not a word, that's why I paused there. It's like, but it's like we are we lean towards, is it predicated? Is that the word? Anyway, we lean towards, our brain wants to find routine. Okay, so if we don't create a routine consciously, then our brain and our lifestyle will create a routine subconsciously. And like I just said, whether you put your sock on your left foot or your right foot first will be a routine. Get interested, have a look across your life, the way you drive to work, the way you get in your car, what you do when you get in your car, like you keys, gear, foot, like everything you do will be a routine. It's your sex life, as twisted as this sounds, it's why people's sex lives get into a rut, is because they have a routine. You know, the little stroke on the back, the little, nudge in the back. It's like it's not even a good routine. Guess what? That is one of the best examples of a routine not working, and why you need to be conscious of it and create a solid routine, right? Nothing will kill your sex life more than having a worn out routine, a sex initiation routine. And particularly if you haven't spoken about it, oh my gosh, so many times in sessions with dads, and when we brought the wife or the partner in, and we it's like, I hate it when you do that. Oh my gosh. Okay, well, no wonder we don't have a sex life. So the importance of routine, right? Some little adjustments can create massive results. And if you read the blurb on today's live, a good chef will have his kitchen all set up with things located in the right places to get them what they need to get the job done easily. Who else? A gardener. Someone either a professional gardener, someone who enjoys being in the garden. They will have a routine across the year, which ensures that the garden is ready, or the flowers are being seeded, they're growing, the sapling, the little little buds, whatever they're called. Oh no, there must be a name. They're like plugs, aren't they? When you go to the garden centre, they call them plugs, but that's not the right word. But anyway, they're just the little versions of the flowers before they become the big versions. You've got to get them in the ground at the right time. That's routine, right? Particularly if you're harvesting stuff, well, of course, you know what it takes to get through to harvest time with a decent crop is routine. More obvious, an athlete or a musician, an actor, the routine that they have for practice, for training, will be highly optimized, so they get the best out of the training. And then they have a different routine for when they're going out on the pitch or on stage. And again, that will be highly optimized so that they can perform at their best. So why the F don't we have a routine for ourselves? And that's the difference. That's the difference between people who perform at a high level, right? A routine creates structure and stability. Okay, it gives some predictability to day-to-day life. They say, what's his name? Mark Zuckerberg. The reason he wears the same jumper all the time, right? It's not like he's only got one jumper. He's got lots of jumpers, but it as well as having that structure and stability, it reduces decision fatigue. So if you can take some, shall I do this or shall I do that, out of your mind, out of your morning, out of whatever routine it has, then you don't have to waste mental energy on deciding what to do next or when to do it, right? And then a couple of other practical things about routine. It will improve your productivity, because when you get good at something, you get into the routine of getting it done well, right? And I know this with my kids, trying to optimize our mornings. It's no good shouting at each other, sadly, and clearly that is what happens a lot. That is part of being a dad. Good morning to the people joining us. Don't forget, you can comment in the comments. Say hello, let me know where you are, who you are, what you're up to, and participate. Tell me about your routines, and if you disagree or agree with everything I'm saying. The mornings, right? There's no point trying to, well, there is every point in having a go at your kid for getting up half an hour after you woke them up, or spending 20 minutes in the shower when clearly there's not enough water for 20 minutes, let alone time. But if you're trying to buy yourself time in the morning, you could get up earlier, but also you could just iron the stuff the night before. You could do the shoes the night before. You could pack the bags the night before. Like, there's the productivity improvements just by having a routine that makes your life easier is obvious, right? But as you better manage your time and prioritize your tasks, and then the focus and attention, the habit, right? The routine will allow you to focus on specific tasks and activities at certain times of day. They're coming up. You know how you're going to approach them. So when that bit is taken out of the equation, when you actually sit down and do it, you are much more, on point. You're focused on the task at hand rather than getting ready for the task at hand, or finding where everything is, or where do I open up this app, or what's my password, or you know what I'm saying, right? It's about being ready. So that's the importance of having routines. And if you don't have a routine, like I said, no routine is just a bad routine. You will have a subconscious routine, and it's probably not working that well. Hitting the snooze button 10 times, jumping in the shower, rushing around, wearing an unironed shirt, sitting in traffic because you left 10 minutes late, running into work either at the last second or just after the meeting started. Like, even if you're the boss, right, that's you might think that that's okay, but that's the complete opposite of okay. Of course, if you've got the kids, like, there is stuff that goes on in your life, but people need to know, I'll be here at this time and I'll be on point, not rushing in as chaos. That is not leadership. So the routines that you put in place are vital. So we're going to talk more about in this episode now about morning routines and bedtime routines. Now, we did touch on this a couple of weeks ago as we kicked off Do the Work, but I'm going to focus on some of those elements today in a bit more detail, because how you optimize your day, how you approach your work is really on you, right? They are aspects of your professional output. But in terms of your relationship, we'll talk more about that. Quality time with your kids, quality time with your partner. We'll talk more about that in the E of power, which is engage. But as far as doing the work, achieving the results that you want, attacking those goals with clarity and conviction. The goals are in purpose, the clarity and vigor is in ownership, and now we're doing the work. So your morning and evening routine are absolutely vital. So getting up at the same time each day. Well, getting up at the same time each day is part and parcel of going to bed at a sensible time. Right? Getting 7 hours sleep or so on a consistent basis is how you will stay on top of your game, is how you will have focus and clarity and the right amount of energy. Anyone who's got kids, which is probably going to be everyone that's listening to this, will know how incredibly difficult it is to perform at a decent level, let alone optimum level, when our children are babies, right? We're just drained. So why, when they are now bigger, would you sit there drinking wine until whatever time of night, or gaming right up until the second you go to bed, or drinking coffee at 8 o'clock in the evening and then hope to have a decent night's sleep? It's just not going to happen, let alone if you're stressed out from work, or you're overweight, or you're having stress and strain in your relationship. You've got to optimize your evening ready to have a good night's sleep, because sleep is literally the foundational element of having a successful system in your life, having the right amount of energy, feeling on top of your game, and generally being better than the rest, right? It's your bedroom. We talked about that in the other day, but set your bedroom up right for sleep, okay? And we'll talk more about sex in the Engage of the Power Code. Your morning routine, this is really where you own your day. How you get up, how you kick your day off will determine the results you have in the day. And not just that day. You know, if you put fitness into your morning routine, then how much exercise you get done across a week, a month, a year will go up massively, because it's, you know, the morning is pretty much the only part of the day that we truly own. It's very, apart from young kids maybe, but there's not really any other part of the day that we can ring fence as easily as the morning. So putting your exercise in the morning is incredibly powerful. The daily sweat, if you come and get involved in the community, you can get on board with our, it's quite a casual thing, right? Most people will be doing some form of exercise or coming into Team Superdad with a view to getting fitter and healthier. It's not a fitness program per se, but the daily sweat, our press ups, our sit ups, so that's our upper body strength, our core strength, and then the burpees or some other kind of squats. So we're really working out the whole body. More than anything, we're getting the heart pumping, the oxygen getting into our body. So we're sweating and working off some of those pounds, building up our strength and our mental focus with the fitness. Getting up at the same time of day allows you to put that into place. It's not about having an hour-long workout, right? That's great if you can go and do that. And a couple of times a week, absolutely brilliant, even not essential. But to be someone who is saying, I don't have time to exercise, versus someone who exercises 5 or even 7 days a week with just a 15, 20-minute HIIT workout, or you know, like I just outlined there, the Superdad workout. It gives you a foundational level of fitness above and beyond everybody else, or above and beyond the basic person. And meditation, some level of mindfulness and meditation practice. Journaling is an easy way to do that, or pairing the two, doing a short meditation and then grabbing your journal, writing out your goals for the day, your I am list, and really any part of, sorry, not your goals for the day. Well, yeah, sorry, your plan for the day, what you need to achieve that day, but also running through your goals, your bigger goals, because you're programming your mind. Everything you do in the morning is about conditioning and programming yourself for the results that you want. Couple of other things which I introduced to my morning routine, which is very much based on science. So watching the Bulletproof Coffee Guy. Why do these things always go straight out my mind when I go to say them? But anyway, the science around your mornings. Okay, so getting up and getting some sunlight, so literally waking your brain up naturally. It's like some of the it's caveman aspects of how our bodies work. Don't want a phone call at this time of day. Let's get rid of that. Yeah, so my morning routine, I get up, do my morning business, but then I will open the window, and of course, if it's the middle of winter, it's not going to be light, but still that fresh air, the light coming in is waking my body up naturally. Breathing in, filling myself up with oxygen, and literally, you know, rather than sitting there and snoozing or tossing and turning in bed, it's waking up and kickstarting my mind, my metabolism, and I will, in the morning routine tools inside the Power Code, there's a bit more about the science of light and that breath work. So the results of breathing in, waking yourself up. I'll then go downstairs and get myself a pint of water or a half liter of water, and get that into me, because that flushes the body out, flushes the toxins out, flushes the system. And without getting into too much detail, how my body, what my body chucks out when I very, very rarely do I miss doing that. So it's hard to show what happens if I don't do it as a habit now. But certainly, which is the reason why I got hooked on to doing it, was noticing how my morning ablutions go. Clearing that out of your body before you start eating, chucking in coffee and getting yourself going, is the best way to kick off, again, your metabolism. Avoid coffee for 90 minutes. And I've got the science for that here. But so waiting 90 minutes before drinking coffee in the morning, because it's the biggest caffeine hit you're going to get, right? It allows your body to wake up and start producing cortisol naturally. The cortisol will help you feel alert and energized. And when you drink coffee too soon after waking up, you'll interfere with the natural process of the body, and that may result in you feeling more tired later in the day. So it's absolutely vital that you literally don't make coffee that first drink of your day. Wait 90 minutes before you take that on board, which also, the science is about adaptogens, because these when you drink coffee first thing, it will apparently, as they say, limit your body's ability to produce adaptogens, which is why you'll have that double whammy of feeling tired later on in the morning, which is not what the coffee was for. So wake up naturally. The water, the air, the light. Have a lemon. I like having lemon and ginger tea with lemon in it. Also very good for flushing out your system. But wait 90 minutes before you have your healthier coffee. Again, it's all part of the routine. And on the topic of caffeine, try not to have more than a couple of coffees a day, because it's just not a healthy. It is a drug. It's a powerful stimulant that you can use appropriately. So when you're in the power code training, I have something called the F5 tracker. So the F5 tracker is a way of keeping an overview of these habits, these routines, right? We've just been through part of the morning routine one: the water, the journaling, the bit of meditation, the fitness, how you take on board your coffee. And that's time for yourself before you get into rushing around and doing the kids and getting the train or driving off to work. But the F5 tracker includes all the other parts of the Team Super Dad or the Super Dad lifestyle and our F5 tracker. So getting 7 hours sleep a night, starting your day with water, a mindfulness, gratitude, journaling practice each day, doing your exercise each day, reading something or personal development, non-fiction, basically something that's going to be, as Stephen Covey says, sharpening the sword, adding to your knowledge. Where is it? So sex. How much sex are you getting each week? Not that that's vital. I mean, obviously, if you're not in a relationship, then it's going to be a score of 0. But being aware of how much sex you're having across a week, a month, and noticing how that affects your mood and your performance and your happiness is an important part of tracking your overall results, your overall performance in life. That's why we call it the Super Dad lifestyle. And then on some of the weekly stuff, checking updating your cash flow, date night with your partner, quality time with your kids, speaking or seeing friends and family, and rewarding yourself, like taking time to celebrate and reward your results. These are all parts of the routine that go into the work with Team Super Dad. And for men that want to create these optimized routines, to create these little adjustments, when you put those practices in place and do them on a week-to-week basis, then you will start to see your scores, because we score as part of the F5 tracker, the 5 key areas of your life: focus, fitness, finance, family, and fun. And just like a rising tide, when you put the effort in to your routine, the feel-good factor, the results in all areas across your life and what's important to you will start to go up. And that's the powerful thing. As I always say, the secrets of success are not that secret. It's actually easier said than done, right? The secrets of success are not that secret. It's just about doing them. And so the do the work part of the power code is really about the routines and habits that give you the performance benefits over people that aren't living an optimized lifestyle. And it's as simple as that, as bizarre as it sounds. It is as simple as doing what needs to be done. And we're not all going to become Olympic athletes. We're not all going to become people that build electric cars and go to Mars. We're not all going to become pop stars or Premier League athletes, footballers. But compared to the majority of people that don't have quality routines, that don't have clarity around how they operate, about the structure that they put in place to focus on the right things at the right time, their work, their family, their health. It's when you put that in place, you're able to perform at the optimum level for you, because this is all about being your best, right? And it's good to have targets. It's good to compete and beat the people around you. But our self-belief, our confidence, and the opposite of that, our self-loathing, our doubt, our inner demons, they all come from not doing what we know needs to be done. And so when we talk about routines, when we talk about doing the work inside of Team Superdad, this is what it's all about. It's about doing what needs to be done to feel good and to get the results. So if that's of value to you, of interest to you, if you're looking at your routine and thinking, shit, my routine is a bad routine, and you want to optimize and take yourself, your family, your work to the next level, to really have it all and live a life that you deserve, not a life you feel stuck in, then come on over to teamsuperdad.com/15 call to book your free Superdad discovery call with me. And of course, at the risk of giving you two different things to do, get over to teamsuperdad.com/group and come and join our community. There's a Facebook group. There's live trainings on Zoom. It's a taste and flavor and access to the Team Superdad world for free. And hopefully beyond that, come and joining our paid programs or getting involved with one-on-one coaching. It's about you taking back control and living with power. So thank you for joining me again. Be great. Feel free to share this with other dads in your life. In fact, don't just feel free. I am commanding it. Share this with other men in your life. Let me know how you will take on optimizing your routine. You can get involved in the comments and come and join the group, and we'll talk about it. This week's training in the group is all around the goal setting and the vision board part of the power code, purpose, knowing where you're headed, reconnecting with what you want. So come and join the group and get involved with that. And until next time, thanks for listening. Thanks for watching. Team Superdad out.
This has been Team Superdad. Find us at teamsuperdad.com. Join the program and create the best life ever for you and your children. You are not alone. You're on Team Superdad.